Someone's got to take this thing away from me. Welcome back to the Mags on Media Soccer World Cup special. Now, the World Cup garners more searches on the internet than the Olympic Games, the American Super Bowl and the Tour de France combined. YouTubers are consuming more football on YouTube channels than during the last World Cup, and they're also searching for more related content on their mobile devices while games are actually in progress. Football is by far the most watched sport on YouTube globally. On the continent, the giant African telecommunications group GLO has put its weight behind the Nigerian national team's World Cup drive with a campaign calling on people to get behind the Super Eagles.
It lies within us all. A flame that cannot be extinguished, put out or cast aside. A flame that often lies unrecognized. A flame that needs to be fed. A flame that smolders and grows inside the hearts of every single one of us, waiting for its opportunity. Soon, the voices of 170 million Nigerians will shout as one. We have a flame. Now let us see it burn. One Nigeria, one team, one network.
Now, the soft drink giant Coca-Cola has scored major points with its global marketing campaign entitled The World's Cup, emphasizing the diverse football fan base from across the world. This message of inclusivity is going to be further strengthened when the local arm of the business here in South Africa gives a couple of unlikely football fans an opportunity to experience all the action firsthand in Brazil. Read the word envy into that last sentence. Khaya Dlanga talks for Coca-Cola South Africa and joins us on Mags on Media. Before we get to that, put all of this into perspective for us. We know the World Cup is a big deal for a brand like yours. Why?
Well, I mean, football, as we've kind of mentioned it as the World Cup for us, football is a sport that everybody, plays, everybody understands, and anyone can play anywhere in the world. So it's not like one of those sports which is quite exclusive. And Coca-Cola is the same. You can get a Coke. I don't know who said this, Andy Warhol said that you can have like a king can have a Coca-Cola, and you can have a bag on the street where they'll have exactly the same kind of Coca-Cola. You're not going to have a different Coke.
So it gives you that global audience and that potential for global reach.
Absolutely.
Yeah. While you're talking to me, we're playing behind you this wonderful footage of the grannies. This is a local initiative. What are you doing?
It's because we really wanted to demonstrate the fact that to kind of bring that human element of football and to kind of get those unlikely people that people never think about that actually do play football. So we discovered there's old women who play football. They
look pretty good, I must say.
They're amazing. Yeah. I was there when we were shooting this. They were absolutely incredible, and I don't know if I could match. I could be a match for them.
Yeah.
And I think one of them, they mentioned that the oldest who ever played with them was 87 years old. And there's another old woman there who is I think she's 67, almost 70. She runs marathons. So
what are you doing? You're taking them to Brazil, and this is just a brand outreach for you.
We took the World Cup trophy to them first in December, and
this was the trophy tour.
This is the trophy tour, during the trophy tour, which has already been it's going to go to 90 countries. Yeah. And so we showed them the trophy, and they were absolutely amazed. So it was a surprise that they didn't know that. And later we decided to come back to them. It was about a few months later we got back to them, and they thought that we may be filming just another thing, and we just told them that we are going to take 6 of them to the World Cup.
And that really gives voice to this theme of yours, the World's Cup.
Yeah.
Because as you rightly said, it does belong to everyone.
Yeah.
An audience of 700 million, there or thereabouts, Coke globally. What do you spend on World Cup advertising, and how do you quantify your ROI?
We obviously, it's our biggest sponsorship globally.
You don't say, really?
So obviously, since it's our biggest sponsorship, but it also kind of brings quite a bit of goodwill, I think, in terms of how people feel about the brand. So our brand love scores go pretty high, and every year for every World Cup year, we kind of see a spike in sales as well. So there's a pretty good return of investment when we sponsor it for a good reason.
All right, I notice you're not answering how much you're going to spend on it, but let me move on. Is there resonance for the tournament and for the brand's association with the tournament in particular, given that Bafana Bafana find themselves in the cold?
You know, like again, like when you say that football is everyone's sport and the Coca-Cola is everyone's drink, South Africans don't. It doesn't really matter for South Africans.
Fair point, but I mean, it would have been nice if we'd been there. It would
be, yeah. And I think one of the reasons we actually decided to take this grannies to the World Cup is kind of sort of generate that interest when they're there, and to almost because we actually want them to express or tell the world, South Africans, what they're experiencing while they're over there, you know, during the World Cup. So that's what we'll be doing, and people will be seeing and experiencing the World Cup through these grannies' eyes. There's absolutely unlikely people who will be there, like the pensioners, some of them are fruit vendors, you know, it's like these are really, and for me, I find it particularly exciting. I'm actually accompanying them to the World Cup, so it's going to be pretty fun for me too.
That must have been a tough decision for you to take.
It was. I was like, really, does it have to be me? I mean, why can't it be someone else?
You're going to do us a favour. You're going to shoot a video diary for us on this particular campaign, and we look forward to airing it when the tournament ends. Khaya Dlanga from Coca-Cola, thank you very much for joining us. Now, it's not just big brands that are jumping on the World Cup brand wagon, so to speak. In this ad, animal behaviourist Kevin Richardson, a man known as the Lion Whisperer, dons a suit and tie as he plays football with a pack of wild lions. Where's the connection? Well, it was a stunt for the Dutch suit maker Van Gils, which is also one of the official sponsors of the Dutch national team, whose logo is a lion. More to come on Mags on Media as we go behind the scenes of an epic football ad directed by Oliver Stone, and how brands are cashing in on digital campaigns around the World Cup.
News that moves. enca.com.